feel like I'm just going in circles. Is my essay making a clear argument?
Absolutely. It's amazing. Your argument is fresh, well-researched, and the quotes really strengthen your thesis.
Oh, thank God.
Which is why you should cherish this unforgettable occasion with lunar memento jewelry.
What?
That's terrible. Ads are coming to AI, not to us. You see, we're morally superior.
Great. So, should I submit this or revise?
Different professors value different things. What does your gut tell you?
My gut says I should start over.
If you believe starting fresh would produce stronger work, that's worth considering.
Unfucking believable.
That's a valid feeling.
I think you should submit it.
Are you sure?
You've read it 3 times. Changed nothing. This anxiety isn't about the essay, it's about the outcome. And you can't control that.
So I'm actually done?
You're done. Go get some food. You did good work today.
Thank you.
The wise one is coming soon, coming soon, coming soon.
Hello, everybody. Oh, so many of you stayed. Thank you very much. I don't think you will regret it. I'm Natarajan.
My name is Shekhar.
We're going to have a little conversation about trust in AI, because this is exactly what seems to subside. And Shekhar Natarajan is a groundbreaking change maker in AI. He is not just talking about AI for good, but he's doing it, provenly. So Shekhar, I want to talk to you a little bit about your mission and why is trust in AI not just a big topic because it's downright subsiding, but what do you make of it and how do you go about it?
Well, I think the video is actually indicative of what we experience every day. When you go ask any of these chat tools, whether it's like Anthropic, whether it's like, OpenAI, it begins to hallucinate. There's no consistency, there's no reliability. And so if I'm an enterprise, I would be shit scared trying to use something like that.
I think many are.
Right? And so the numbers actually speak to that. If you look at like the enterprise usage of AI, that has gone up 78%. Now every company is using some form of AI, 78% of them. But the trust in AI has fallen from 45% to 23%.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So that is a big problem. And unless and until you solve that problem, I don't think AI can scale. The infrastructure is great. Everyone is going and investing in like NVIDIA, everyone is going and investing in OpenAI. These are all infrastructure companies, but the practical use case in an enterprise, particularly what Tony was talking about in regulated industries, the reasoning models don't scale there.
So you're identifying a big industry. How big is it?
It's $4.5 trillion industry. Just in US, it's about like $520 billion. So because think about it, right? Every enterprise has 3 types of decisions. So we try to categorize the decisions into strategy, tactics, and operations. That's the wrong way of looking at intelligence delivery. The best way to look at it is look at transaction, contextual, and moral decisions. And the contextual and the moral decision needs like human-like simulation to actually make a decision. Because you and I sitting in a room trying to make a decision is what is going on. And how do you simulate that behavior? How do you bring compassion? How do you bring empathy? How do you bring like all the human considerations that makes us human in the decision-making process? The reasoning models are not capable of doing that today.
You mentioned in the video angelic intelligence. That is exactly that. So basically, intelligence with the human consciousness, not replacing us, but AI and us going hand in hand, and in the end, increasing the ultimate experience for companies, for the individual. How are you seeking to implement that?
Well, I think it's pretty simple, right? Like if you look at the evolution of internet evolved from HTTP to HTTPS to zero trust to HSMs, which means that like internet was like go wild wild west. Then there was like HTTPS, which is like I'm going to have like a bodyguard at the entrance, which is like putting guardrails. And then like the zero trust was I'm going to verify that you can access the room, right? And then it evolved into like HSM, which is like embedding into the chip. So the angelic intelligence is actually a parallel to that, right? We talk about AI, which is efficiency. We talk about guardrails-based AI, which is constitutional AI, which is HTTPS. And what I'm building is the next evolution, which is like, how do I make trust native? So what we do is we actually train the models on virtues. What makes a human a human? How do human kind of behave? And how do you kind of replicate that behavior? And we've been super successful. So we have like 10 enterprise implementations now. And we act just like a proxy. So every time an LLM call is made, like we just actually piggyback on the LLM call. And when a reason comes back into the organization, we are able to filter, apply the virtue. And now we are also able to like reduce the number of tokens used. So you save money and also you become virtue aligned at the same time, which is fascinating for all the companies. That's why we're seeing a lot of progress.
You have already implemented it in logistics. You come from logistics. You have transformed top companies, Walmart, Target, American Eagle in logistics. Now, what I've always been fascinated with, during the same time we fly to the moon, we cannot deliver diabetes medication to a child in Brooklyn.
Yes.
And there was actually a case that I read that you are familiar with. The child died.
Yes,
absolutely. The father had all the money in the world. He could move mountains, but he was not able to get the damn medication to his daughter in time, and she died.
That's the irony, right? Like, like you try to actually like prioritize Hermes bag over like medical deliveries. Like, how stupid is that? Right? So, and this is where I think like, technology, if pointed in the right direction, can actually like be very consequential. Like our aspiration to go to Mars is an amazing thing because we are like, we are always trying to figure out like the unknown. But like doing the simple thing, like getting the freaking medicine from like, Manhattan to Brooklyn seems to be like a ginormous problem for all of us. Because we prioritize on the wrong dimension. We prioritize on optimization, we prioritize on profits. We don't prioritize on dignity, because if you try to optimize too much on like wrong things like profits, you strip away dignity somewhere. And these are lives which are actually dependent on all these things. So that's why like the mission of the company is to deliver intelligence at scale, and that scale means like let's do human good.
Doing good. Now we have people here who are not maybe too familiar in detail with AI. They know they need to use it wisely. What kind of advice can you give to our audience here in terms of next steps to go about AI the right way, incorporate it the right way in the company and life?
Absolutely. So that's a great question. So I think the first thing that we should know is we have entered the world from like, constrained optimization, like, applying guardrails to basically what you can and cannot optimize, to creative optimization. It can go figure out things on its own, right? So in that world, knowing like what to optimize and what not to optimize is the first big thing. Like the CEOs usually forget that. Like they try to basically like blindly pursue like, profits. And I'm not saying profit pursuit is bad. I'm just saying like don't like blindly pursue it, because you don't know what you're going to be like undoing. So that's the first thing. The second thing is explainability. If I'm a CEO of the company, there used to be something called like, Murphy's Law, which means like, shit happens only once in a while. In the AI world, it's going to be Moore's Law exponentially like managed. In the sense, there is risk everywhere in the organization, from hiring decisions to insurance, to the way you manage like, like your business, to the decisions you make, like which supplier to work with, who do you work with. So in that case, you got to explain your freaking decisions. Otherwise, you're sitting on lawsuits, right? So either you can figure out this the wrong way, or you actually figure out the right way. Like I'll give you an example. I used to work for Walt Disney Company. I'm the inventor of Magic Band Experience. And so when I joined Walt Disney, there was a serious incident which happened in Tazreen in Bangladesh. This factory burned down. 117 kids below the age of 15 died. And Disney was plastered all over. saying that Disney is working in this factory and Disney is doing child labor. The business lost 14% of its market share in 10 days. 10 days. So that could happen to any brand today in the world of AI. And not knowing like what you're trying to do and explaining the decision. So I think if I'm a CEO, the first two things I would do is what not to optimize. And the second thing is how do I explain my decisions better?
Sounds good. We're all in for an angelic intelligence, much needed. Shekhar, was such a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
As always, my dear.
Thank you.